crazy. Walking around, I've got to walk back down later. I just bought more than what I wanted, really. Some burgers for tonight, and he did me quite a good deal on some Lucozade, man. In fact, I've got 2 bags. I think it's starting to rain. So hopefully I'll get enough time to have a coffee, and then my mate will be back. He just told me that I could have got some tobacco off of him, but I didn't know he had any, so I got it off the other geezer. This is a good workout, man, carrying these. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Got some unboxing to do. We got a new battery, and we got some DJI 4K accessories, which is quite interesting. What have I done here? Also going to be spinning a few tunes tonight. Who did we have last night? Specials and Madness. What we'll do tonight, we'll have, and we had to beat, we'll have the Selector and the Bad Manners, I'm just going to drop off. Service my bike, get it all ready for the warm weather. Stay a bit up here. What's the time anyway? I'm just getting in time and have enough time when I get in to ring the social worker and just find out what they're playing at. So now I'm not with Amy anymore, I'm with Steve. So I've gone from having the trainee worker, Tom, who I still think to this day was the best one so far, and he was a trainee. Started with Tom, then I went to Amy, who just, well, God no, she's just a bit of an airhead, I think. That's my opinion. And now I've gone to Steve. So I'm going to say, can you stop swapping me around? I need sort of consistency with the people I'm seeing. Charlotte turned up at the beginning. But she had a right go at me the other day for shouting at Amy, yet she was shouting at me. I said, you're just a hypocrite, Charlotte. I said, I was moaning at Amy and you're moaning at me, so you're just doing the same. She doesn't like that. And at first she tried saying everyone with ADHD is the same. I said, you're living in dream world. Everybody with ADHD is the same. What planet is she on? If everybody was the same, you wouldn't have ADD and ADHD. It would all just be the same. But these people ain't got a clue. They do, well, 2-minute course in it. I think they can fucking diagnose everybody. stop swearing and that every now and again. I said, that's just not going to happen. Let's get real. Do you know what I mean? Wow. So the exercise in my arms, carrying this. Two lots of stuff. It's that 4 bowls of Lucozade he sold me. It was $3.99, but he did me it for £1 or something like that. Some burgers. I think we should get the burgers on the go. And then we'll do the unboxing as soon as that comes. We've got a new battery to unbox, 44 quid's worth. Hello mate, in the chat room. And we got some DJ Mini 4K accessories, which you're going to find quite interesting. These fucking bags, man. Oh shit, Ross, walking out. I keep seeing lots of women walking their dogs. It's dog walking season. Let's have a dog. I might get a dog one day. It would be a big dog. I'm just going to drop. Hopefully, I'll get in before 5 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. The receptionist said, oh, he's on another call at the moment. Do you want to wait, or should I get him to ring you? I thought, well, can you just ring me? So what's she going to say? Oh, he's been... What they quite often do is just ignore you and let you go on the answer machine. But then what I do is every hour, I just constantly leaving messages on there. But they ain't got a clue what they're up to. But again, with old people, they don't really. Oh. Now I've got fucking Steve as a social worker. And he's like the head social worker. Yet fucking Tom, the trainee social worker, the first one, he was miles better out of all of them. He knew what the crack was. Amy just sits there a bit lost for words. Whereas Tom, he was very... He'd like bang some words to you, and we was like banging off each other, do you know what I mean? Whereas Amy just sits there looking like Amy. But whenever I bring anything up, oh, you're being rude, stop swearing. It's like Clarion and the judge, stop swearing. I'm going to tell him to fuck off as well if I ever come across that cunt. Excuse me language, but... a bit like telling someone with Tourette's not to swear. People with ADHD just... they've got very, very little emotional regulation, so where you can sort of wind your neck in a bit, people with ADHD can't really. They'll lose it and then think, fucking hell, what have I done afterwards? That's the way that works. If you're relating to anything that I'm saying, you probably have got ADHD. I bet there's loads of my viewers have got ADHD. I know for a fact. I know people in this village that have got ADHD. Yet they haven't ever been diagnosed, or probably not even aware of it. But I found once you get diagnosed yourself, you can just spot it straight away. Well, I can. Oh, let's get a bottle of that Lucasade, I reckon. What do you reckon? Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Getting viewers from everywhere now. Australia, South Africa. Russia. Ireland. Some of them in China and that must have the old sub. Well, I don't know. Don't know whether it picks up what I'm saying. Obviously, some people don't even swear on their channels, do they? Oh, I'm going to get a warning. Well, I swear like mad, don't I? Mine. I've never got a warning. I've never even, to be honest, right? I'm on a music channel. I've never even had a strike, a proper strike. But other people, oh, you'll lose your channel if you play music. You got to know what you're doing, basically. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, would I? And I'm probably talking a bit too quick for the AI that's probably trying to judge what I'm saying. Because obviously the AI has got to judge regional accents as well. So it might even have me down as some sort of fucking Londoner, even though I'm nowhere near and wouldn't want to be one. Thinking, what was it the other? Someone come on the other day, Australian, someone said. Crack me up, man. Fucking Aussies. Well, it would be understandable if we did sound like them, but personally, I don't think I sound anything like an Aussie or an American. I think some people abroad have this crazy idea about British people, but they're really eccentric and like fucking like that. But depends what class system you fall into. Obviously, in Britain, we got a class system. We got working class, which is what I am at the bottom. And then you got your middle classes, who just got a silver spoon in their mouth. And then you just got your filthy rich people that just don't care. Yeah. You got a load of government that just a bunch of paedophiles, fucking. You got a royal family that's just incestuous. That's how they've all slept with their cousins and that, the Queen and all that. Do you know what I mean? All German. Fucking. And now the country's just got in a fucking crazy mess where we just fucking got open borders, man, and every fucker's rushing in. And I feel sorry for the people that was born here, man, who are having kids and are probably never going to get an house because every other fucker's going to get one. But I think it will end in tears, man, at some point, all of that, because I've seen it before. And it's happening a bit in Ireland as well, because they are just everywhere, man. Fucking everywhere. I think the only real ones I've seen in Kent are the Ukrainians who've all got their wives and kids, and they're like ones from China and that, because they've all got their kids. But all them Arab-looking fellas, they're all just walking around looking like fucking Al-Qaeda, do you know what I mean? With no women, no kids, and it's very fucking suspicious, man. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to work it out, but as soon as you say, look, this, that, or the other, you're racist, you're this. Well, no, it's not racist. Some fucking country's being invaded by a load of foreigners. We haven't really got the room. Do you know what I mean? But, the government will say that we've got no money for anything. Yet they're funding all these hotels every week, man. Across the country. It's just full up. Why can't they put that money, right, into the kids out there today and into the youths that are in prison, in young offenders institutions, I've been in myself, and educate them motherfuckers, man? That's where the money should be going, on changing the people we've got here that may be on the wrong side of the path. That's my philosophy. Yeah. And the reason the crime's out of control and the gangs and that is because the government's fucking on another channel. They don't, you know what I mean? They're not from the street. They ain't got a clue what's going on. You've got to get out there and get into these gangs, man. Do you know what I mean? And educate them. There's something else out there. Show them the path to music or fucking acting or something else. That's what one of the owners of Genesis, that's what he does with his charity. That's what I think anyway. But instead, they just send these social workers out on the street. They need to get real people, man, that have been out there and done a bit of mad stuff themselves. Because I bet half of these workers are fazed by it all. But you get someone that's grown up in that kind of environment, they ain't going to give a fuck. And to be honest, as soon as you sort of break into these little gangs, they talk to you and that anyway. Obviously, I was in a gang when I was growing up, but we was a village gang. We weren't fighting people in the next street. We were fighting people in the next village, you know what I mean? And that's how that went on, but yeah. Now it's sort of, we're going to murder him in the next road because even though he's in the same village as us, he's in a different road. It's all postcodes, man, and that, all that London postcode bollocks, that carries on into the young offenders and into the prisons. Because when they get in nick, they still carry on the beef, even in there. Yeah, very, very crazy, isn't it? But I think the gangs and that now have got that infiltrated by the fucking Turks and all sorts, man. It's a pretty deadly game out there, man. Because all the foreigners just took over. What the British criminals need to raise their game a little bit. Yeah. Because it's the Turkish gangs and that control all the fucking drugs, all the money. You look at all these hairdressers everywhere and sweet shops and shit like that. It's not just a coincidence that they've popped up. That's just filtering money, money laundering. How many fucking Turkish barbers do you need? You know what I mean? Especially, we've got quite a few of these little sweet shops, man. Every time I go by, there's no fucker in there. It's just a front. Yeah. But then when these Turkish gangs move in, and like the local people that might be dealing or wheeling and dealing in whatever, they're quite scary characters, but you got to get like as scary as them, haven't you? Or get a few of your people together to go in hard on them to keep them out of the way, but it don't work like that, man. Even them yardies got out of the way, man, because them Turks and that just chop you up. But to be honest, if someone was trying to chop me up, I'd have no problems trying to chop them up. I said that many a time. I wouldn't have an issue. I think as soon as you realise someone's trying to chop you up, you'll just go boom, and then you'll try chopping them up, man. Because that's what I reckon. Anyway, it's about chopping people up. Getting big chopper out, man. Anyway, I'll probably get the Taliban round later. I'm converting, man. I was talking to my mate Babs, who's done a bit of jail. I said, could you imagine that in our day? People being bullied to convert into a Muslim. I'd end up down the block, man. I'd last about 10 seconds in jail today. Because as soon as them Muslims come round to recruit me, I'm going to tell them politely, no, I'm not into that. And then if they get, what they do, they get heavy on the young uns, they get heavy on. But yeah, fuck that. Chops, pork chops or lamb chops. But I say I quite like lamb chops. Lamb is just ridiculously expensive. Everything's ridiculously expensive, isn't it? Anyway, we've got loads of drinks tonight because I've got quite a good deal on the Lucasades. But I'm going to have an energy drink because I bought them before. Pork chops, yeah, they're alright. A little bit of salt and pepper on. Nice and crispy though, I like them. I like all my meat properly cooked. What we got? We've got one of these monsters. Nitro, that'll do. And that, he hasn't rung that. Tell you what, I'm just going to I'll come back on a brand new stream. I'm just going to ring the social worker.